The real reason he suddenly pulled away, ladies, we need to talk. Right now, there's a woman watching this video who's been staring at her phone for the past hour, wondering why the man who seemed completely obsessed with her last week is now giving her one-word replies. Sound familiar? If you've ever felt like you were losing your mind trying to figure out what you did wrong when a man suddenly went from hot to cold, this video is going to change everything for you. I'm about to reveal the 5 psychological reasons why men pull away that have nothing to do with you, and more importantly, exactly what to do when it happens. But here's the thing. What I'm about to tell you goes against everything you've been taught about relationships. It's going to challenge some beliefs you might have held your entire life. So if you're not ready to hear the truth, click away now. But if you want to understand the male mind and never feel powerless in dating again, keep watching. The airplane analogy that changes everything before we dive into the psychology. I want you to imagine an airplane taking off. Those first few minutes are the most dangerous, right? The plane is fighting gravity, dealing with turbulence, using maximum power just to get airborne. It's when most accidents happen. Dating is exactly the same. The beginning of any relationship is psychological turbulence. It's when everything can go wrong, when insecurities surface, when past baggage shows up uninvited. But here's what most women don't understand. When a man pulls away during this phase, he's not rejecting you. He's revealing something about himself. Most men aren't prepared for emotional turbulence. They'd rather abandon ship before takeoff than work through the instability. But you're different. You have life experience. You know the difference between temporary turbulence and a plane that's actually going down. Reason number 1. The ghost of relationships past picture this scenario, and I guarantee this has happened to someone you know. He's falling for you, hard. For the first time in years, he's actually excited about building something real with someone. He's thinking about introducing you to his family, maybe even thinking long-term. Then, like clockwork, she appears. The ex who never gave him the time of day when he was available. The one who friend-zoned him. The woman who couldn't care less about him when he was single and ready. But now that she sees him genuinely happy with someone else, suddenly she's made a mistake. Suddenly she's been thinking about him. And what does he do? Does he tell her to get lost? Does he block her number and choose the incredible woman who's actually in his life? Nope. He gets confused. He starts pulling away from you while he figures things out. Here's what you need to understand, and this is crucial. If he chooses to go backward instead of forward with you, it's not because you're not enough. It's because what you represented was too much for him. You represented growth, maturity, an actual adult relationship. You represented his future, and he wasn't ready for it. When a man chooses familiar dysfunction over healthy potential, he's doing you the biggest favor of your life. He's showing you exactly who he is, someone who doesn't have the emotional courage to be with a woman like you. Reason number 2, the freedom trap. Some men have this twisted belief that being in a relationship means giving up their freedom. They've created this false choice in their minds. Either they're single and free, or they're in a relationship and trapped. What they don't understand is that a mature relationship with the right person actually gives you more freedom. When you have someone who trusts you, supports you, and believes in you, you become more yourself, not less. But here's the part that's going to save you years of heartache. Don't chase someone who's afraid of your worth. If he can't handle the fact that an amazing woman wants to be with him, if he feels trapped by your love instead of elevated by it, that's not your problem to solve. Your job is not to convince someone that you're worth choosing. Your job is not to make yourself smaller so he feels bigger. A woman who knows her value doesn't beg for space in someone's life. Reason number 3, the peanut. Gallery problem: the moment your relationship becomes public, suddenly everyone's an expert. His friends start sharing their unsolicited opinions about you. Maybe you've had relationships before. God forbid you have a past. Maybe you're successful. How intimidating. Maybe you're independent. How threatening. And if he's the type of man who lets other people's opinions influence how he sees you, if he gives more weight to gossip than to his own experience with you, then you have all the information you need about his character. A real man doesn't let his boys talk him out of a good woman. A mature man doesn't let rumors and hearsay cloud his judgment about someone he's getting to know. He has the backbone to form his own opinions and the integrity to defend you against outside noise. If he doesn't have that backbone, he's not ready for you. Reason number 4, the intensity overload. This one's going to sting a little because it requires some honest self-reflection. Sometimes we give too much too soon. Not just physically, I'm talking about emotional intensity. When we really like someone, especially after being single for a while, there's this tendency to go all in immediately. We show all our cards, share all our vulnerabilities, give complete access to our hearts from day one. Now, I'm not saying you should play games or be manipulative. At this stage of life, we don't have time for that nonsense. But healthy relationships are built in layers. Trust is earned gradually. Intimacy develops over time, and emotional connection deepens through shared experiences. When everything happens at maximum intensity from the start, some men interpret that as having nothing left to discover. They think they've already seen everything you have to offer. A man who truly values you will want to earn the right to know your different layers. He'll understand that you're not just a moment of passion. You're a complete woman with depth, wisdom, dreams, and complexity worth exploring over time. Reason number 5. The rush job: we live in an instant gratification culture, and dating hasn't escaped it. Some men want to fast forward through everything. They want you to fall in love quickly, define their relationship immediately, move in together after 2 months. They pressure you to say, "I love you," before you even know if you like them. They want to change your entire routine to fit their timeline. They get frustrated when you maintain your own pace. But here's what you need to remember. If he wants to enjoy your presence, he better learn some patience. A woman with life experience doesn't rush. You don't make impulsive decisions based on temporary emotions. You don't rearrange your entire life for someone you barely know. Real love isn't urgent. It's not desperate. It doesn't pressure you or make you feel like you have to hurry up and decide. Real love is patient, understanding, and respects your process. # what to do when he pulls away. The 3-step strategy. Now that you understand why men pull away, let's talk about what to actually do when it happens. Because understanding is one thing, but having a game plan is everything. Step 1. The diagnostic test: when you notice the shift: shorter texts, longer response times, less enthusiasm. Don't torture yourself with analysis. Send one simple message. "Hey, everything okay?" Or just checking in, "All good." That's it. No paragraphs explaining how you feel. No emotional essays. No accusations. Just a simple, direct question. Pay attention to his response. Is it enthusiastic? Does he explain what's going on? Does he apologize and suggest specific plans to reconnect? Or is it cold, dismissive, filled with vague excuses? His response tells you everything you need to know. Step 2. No contact protocol if his response is anything less than enthusiastic. If he gives you breadcrumbs instead of a meal, here's what you do. Absolutely nothing. No more texts. No more calls. No more trying to figure out what went wrong. This isn't punishment for him. It's protection for you. Every time you chase someone who's pulling away, You're teaching them that your attention has no value. You're showing them that they can treat you poorly, and you'll still be there. No contact preserves your dignity and forces clarity. Either he realizes what he's lost and makes a real effort to fix it, or he doesn't. Either way, you get your answer. Step 3. Return to friendship mode. Here's a metaphor that changed my entire perspective on dating. In Patagonia, when you want to approach a wild horse, you can't walk directly toward it. The horse will get scared and run away. But if you approach on horseback, as part of its natural environment, it feels safer and more open to connection. When a man pulls away, instead of chasing the romantic connection, you return to friendship mode. You treat the relationship for what it actually is in that moment. A casual friendship, nothing more. You continue living your life fully. You stay open to meeting new people. You focus on your goals and dreams. You remain single until someone proves they're ready for something serious. And here's the beautiful part. When you stop pressuring, when you stop waiting around, when you genuinely get busy living your life, that's when he can see who you really are. Without the pressure of romance, without expectations, he sees you thriving independently. That independence, that happiness that doesn't depend on him, is magnetic. But remember, this isn't manipulation. This is genuine self-preservation and authentic living. The ungovernable woman, there's a concept I want you to embrace: being ungovernable in love. Do you know what that means? It means no one can dictate how you should feel, when you should fall in love, how much you should tolerate, or what you should accept. You set the rules for your own heart. An ungovernable woman doesn't beg for love. She doesn't change her essence to please someone who doesn't know how to value her. She understands that if someone pulls away, they might just be making room for something better. An ungovernable woman has standards and doesn't negotiate them, out of fear of being alone. She'd rather be alone than settle for someone who merely tolerates her instead of celebrating her. Don't let the past ruin your future. I know some of you watching this have been hurt before. Maybe you've been through a painful divorce, a devastating breakup, or a betrayal that shook your faith in love itself. But don't let past pain prevent future joy. Every person is different. Every connection is unique. Every love story has its own script. When you judge someone new by the mistakes of someone old, you're sabotaging your own happiness. You've already paid enough emotional prices. Don't keep paying for mistakes you didn't make. Mature love doesn't arrive with fireworks and grand gestures from day one. It doesn't come with drama or unsustainable intensity. It comes with consistency, with actions that match words. With someone who isn't scared of your depth, but celebrates it. It comes with a man who doesn't run when things get real, who doesn't disappear when challenges arise, who isn't intimidated by outside opinions, who doesn't rush you or pressure you. It comes with someone who sees you on your good days and bad days and chooses to stay. Someone who doesn't try to change you because they don't think you're broken. The difference between begging and attracting while you're waiting for that mature love, you need to be complete within yourself. You need to build such a solid relationship with your own life that someone else's arrival is a beautiful addition, not a desperate necessity. The difference between a woman who begs for love and one who naturally attracts it is stark. The woman who begs is always in emotional deficit, always needing someone else to fill her voids, always willing to change herself to be accepted. She's constantly worried about not being enough. The woman who attracts love is whole within herself. She has her own life, projects, and happiness. She's not desperately seeking someone to save her or give her life meaning. She's sharing her completeness with someone who's also complete. When two whole people meet, when two people who are good with themselves decide to share their lives, that's not codependency. That's not scarcity disguised as love. That's real love. Your new standards didn't settle for scraps of attention. Don't accept the bare minimum just to keep someone around. Don't tolerate vague explanations, empty promises, or feeling like you have to compete for a place in his life. You're past the age of playing guessing games, of interpreting mixed signals, of waiting for someone to magically mature. If he can't give you clarity, consistency, and the level of commitment you deserve, then he's not for you. It doesn't matter how much you like him, how much potential you see, or how perfect you look together on paper. The truth about why men really pull away. Here's the ultimate truth that's going to set you free. Every time a man pulls away from your life, every time someone shows they're not up to your level, they're doing you a massive favor. They're showing you they don't have the emotional capacity, maturity, or courage to be with a woman like you. They're freeing you to find someone who does. Don't waste time lamenting someone who didn't know how to value how incredible you are. Don't spend energy trying to understand why it didn't work, analyzing every detail, looking for answers that may never come. Focus that energy on continuing to build the extraordinary life you deserve. The final word, true love, is not complicated. It doesn't require deciphering secret codes or complex interpretations. It's not based on insecurities or power games. True love is clear in its intentions, consistent in its actions, generous in its giving, and brave in its commitment. That true love doesn't make you doubt your worth or question your intuition. It doesn't make you feel like you need to change to be worthy of being loved. True love celebrates you as you are, supports your dreams, accompanies you through fears, and chooses you every day, not just when it's convenient. Until that love comes into your life. Remain ungovernable. Remain incredible. Remain exactly what someone will be grateful for the rest of their life to have found. Live fully. Love the people already in your life generously. Pursue your dreams with passion, and remind yourself every day that you are an extraordinary woman who deserves extraordinary love. Nothing less. If this video helped you see your situation differently, hit that like button and subscribe for more content about dating with dignity and self-respect. Share this with any woman who needs to hear it, and let me know in the comments. Have you experienced any of these 5 reasons? How did you handle it? Remember, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Your worth isn't determined by someone else's inability to see it.